In the Peruvian desert, someone carved hundreds of enormous figures into the ground, animals, geometric shapes, straight lines running for miles, so large they can only be fully seen from the air. They've been studied for 90 years. Nobody agrees on why they were built. And despite having every modern excavation tool available, archaeologists have never systematically excavated the soil directly beneath them. The figures are protected. The ground under them is not. And nobody has looked. I'm going to show you what the Nazca Lines actually are, what we know and don't know about who built them, and why the single most obvious investigative step, digging carefully beneath the figures to find what, if anything, was buried there, has never been done. Stay with me. Because the answer to what the Nazca Lines were for might be 6 inches underground. And nobody has checked. The Nazca Lines sit on a high desert plateau in southern Peru, between the towns of Nazca and Palpa. The plateau is one of the driest places on Earth. Almost no rain. Almost no wind. Temperatures that preserve surface features for thousands of years. The lines were created by removing the reddish-brown iron oxide-coated surface stones to reveal the yellowish-gray ground beneath. The contrast between the two layers makes the figures visible. The technique is simple. The scale is not. There are over 800 straight lines, some running perfectly straight for more than 30 miles. There are over 300 geometric shapes, rectangles, trapezoids, spirals. And there are 70 animal and plant figures, a hummingbird 93 meters across, a spider 46 meters long, a condor with a wingspan of 130 meters, a monkey with a spiraling tail. The figures are attributed to the Nazca culture, which flourished in the region between approximately 100 BC and 800 AD. Radiocarbon dating of wooden stakes found at the ends of some lines places their construction within that period. The lines were first brought to international attention in the 1920s when Peruvian archaeologist Toribio Mejia Xesspe spotted them while hiking, and later studied in detail by German mathematician Maria Reiche from the 1940s onward. The construction itself is not mysterious. Experimental archaeology has shown that a small group of workers with basic tools could have produced the figures using simple surveying techniques, a fixed point, a rope, and careful removal of surface stones. No advanced technology required. The purpose is another matter entirely. Multiple theories exist for why the Nazca Lines were built. Maria Reiche proposed they were an astronomical calendar, with lines pointing toward sunrise and sunset positions on significant dates. Other researchers have proposed they were ceremonial walking paths, ritual routes walked by the Nazca people during religious observances. A third hypothesis suggests they were associated with water, drawn as offerings to mountain deities who controlled rainfall in one of the driest inhabited regions on Earth. None of these theories has been definitively proven. None has been definitively ruled out. But here is what strikes researchers who look carefully at the problem. The Nazca culture buried their dead. Nazca cemeteries have been found across the region, many of them associated with ceremonial spaces. The Nazca also made offerings, ceramic vessels, textiles, food remains, placed deliberately in the ground at locations of religious significance. If the lines were ceremonial spaces, the Nazca would have used them for ceremonies. Ceremonies, in Nazca culture, involved physical objects placed in the ground. Those objects, in the Peruvian desert's extraordinary preservation conditions, would survive 2,000 years without significant decay. They would be sitting, right now, 6 inches beneath the surface of the figures. The Nazca Lines were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994. That designation protects the surface figures from disturbance, and rightly so. The lines are fragile. Heavy equipment, uncontrolled excavation, or careless foot traffic would damage them permanently. But UNESCO protection does not prohibit carefully controlled archaeological excavation using hand tools and established methodology. Museums and heritage sites around the world conduct exactly this kind of excavation routinely, under strict protocols. In the immediate area around the Nazca Lines, but not beneath the figures themselves, some excavation has occurred. Nazca cemeteries and settlement sites nearby have been studied. Ceramic deposits and human remains have been found and analyzed. Directly beneath the figures, the ground has not been touched. The Peruvian Ministry of Culture, which oversees the site, has not authorized systematic subsurface investigation of the figures. The stated concern is preservation, that any excavation risks damaging the surface features. This concern is reasonable for heavy excavation. It does not apply to minimally invasive techniques. Ground-penetrating radar, for example, can map subsurface features to a depth of several meters without touching the surface at all. It is routinely used at protected archaeological sites worldwide to detect buried structures, objects, and voids. It has been used at the Nazca Lines site in limited, specific locations. A comprehensive GPR survey of the figures, all 70 of them, has never been conducted. No institution has funded it. No government has authorized it. And the question of what is under the figures remains, officially, unasked. The Nazca Lines are not mysterious because they are hard to study. They are mysterious because the most obvious study has not been done. 2,000 years of Peruvian desert preservation. 70 large figures, each one a potential ceremonial site. Ground-penetrating radar technology that requires no surface disturbance whatsoever. And a complete absence of any systematic attempt to find out what, if anything, the people who built them left behind. The answer to what the Nazca Lines meant to the people who built them might already be there. Waiting. 6 inches down. In ground that nobody has scanned. If you want more archaeological questions nobody is asking, subscribe. Next week, the spark plug found inside 500,000-year-old rock that the owners won't X-ray. I'll see you there.